First of all, it is a pleasure to be here at the Conway Mill. The last occasion was many, many years ago when the late and great Kevin Holland invited me here to speak on politics. So it's been a long interval, but I'm delighted to be here. I'm delighted that this debate is taking place here tonight. It's long overdue here in Belfast, and I think it's a great initiative, and it's very important on practically the eve of the Lisbon Treaty referendum in the south. Roger and I may disagree, but I think one thing we do agree upon is that the National Forum in Europe has been a very, very useful political institution based in Dublin, but it includes all the political parties in the south, it includes a lot of civic society, it includes my own party, the SDLP, and has been a wonderful experience in terms of debating the issues, of developing contacts, and generally speaking, developing a European dialogue within Ireland, and I think that is terribly important. Could I say that I view, and my party views, the Lisbon Treaty in the context, the historic context of the progression and development of the European Union. And you can see how the European Union was established after the Second World War with the real intention of maintaining peace in Europe, uniting Europeans, doing away with war, and trying to create a community of nations which for the foreseeable future sought to cooperate one with the other and to do away with the wastefulness of war, violence and aggression. And I think everyone in this room will agree that it has in fact achieved that. And this is a wonderful achievement. But of course the 6 members that created the Union went on to create a much wider membership. There are now 27 nations. So it's important to see the Lisbon Treaty in the context of an evolution, a political evolution. And we've had a number of different changes in relation to the European Union. 1979, for example, we had the first direct elections to the European Parliament. 1973, we had the accession of Britain and Ireland to Denmark. And of course, we have had the Single European Act, we've had the Maastricht Treaty, we've the Amsterdam Treaty, we've had the Nice Treaty, which, as Roger says, gave rise to the Forum on Europe. So you can see at every stage the European Union is developing politically, meeting the needs of its members, and this treaty was necessary because we'd moved from a situation where we had a defined number of member states. We moved from 15 up to 25 to 27, and within that context you could not apply the same rules. You had to change the rules, you had to change the structures and so forth. And that is why one needs the Lisbon Treaty. It's as simple as that. It's an attempt to make the European institutions more open, more democratic. I know Dathi disagrees with me, but the reality is that there's more co-decision making with the European Parliament, there's more sharing of responsibility throughout the Union as a result of Lisbon. It puts at the very centre, in my opinion, democratic rights and citizens' rights, both social and economic rights, as well as political rights. I think it's very, very important for all of you to understand that. It is, in fact, a modernisation of the institutions of Europe from basically its more defined form in the 1970s and brings them into the new millennium. It's a fair and it's a balanced treaty, and it remains true to the principles upon which the European Union was in fact originally founded. And could I say that in the context of Ireland, that without the European Union, Ireland as a nation Ireland as a modern country would really not have developed to the extent that it has today, in terms of its economy, in terms of its politics, and in terms of its social attitudes and its various freedoms. And that is due, I think, very, very largely to the influence of the European Union. I mean, if you look at very simple things, for example, but very important things, health and safety. Health and safety, the health and safety regimes that exist north and south are derived from Europe, and they would not have existed had it not been for the European Union. The advance in terms of rights for women, in terms of equal pay, in terms of other areas, other aspects of social policy, they derive, in my view, directly from Europe. So Europe has been immensely beneficial. What I would say is this, that the European Union is in fact a complicated the European Union is a complicated structure. It makes it easy, therefore, for people to, I think, deliberately misrepresent it. The Lisbon Treaty is a real attempt, in my opinion, to make Europe more open and transparent and to demystify it. Lisbon makes it clear that the European Union has no intention of becoming, in my view, a fully fledged super state. The European Union is here to stand up for the rights of people of Europe on the international stage. And ultimately, I believe what is good for Europe, for the European Union, will be good for the people of the European states. We just simply cannot have a union of 27 states governed by the same institutions that previously were established. I believe that the Lisbon Treaty offers a vision of a democratic, accountable Europe which places the rights of its citizens at the very centre. And if one looks at the provision of the social clause, for example Article 2, it means the respect for human dignity, freedom, democracy, equality and the rule of law is to be taken into account whenever legislation is made. And the introduction, the establishment, the consolidation of the Charter of Fundamental Rights guarantees, in my opinion, the principle of equality and places civil and political rights on an equal footing with social and economic and cultural rights. And that, I believe, will strengthen the rights of all individual citizens, offering, I believe, an unprecedented level of protection for the citizens within Europe. I think my time is coming to an end. But what I would say is this, that I believe that the debate in the South with regard to the Lisbon Treaty is a good thing. It is important that people debate European issues. It is also important that people be given the democratic choice of either assenting to or opposing the Lisbon Treaty. That is a good thing, something that we ourselves in the North have not had an opportunity to involve ourselves in. It is an important debate. I think it's been carried out robustly but well by the citizens of the Republic, and I hope, because I'm very supportive of it, that the people will see good sense when it comes to the vote on Thursday, on June 12th. And I hope, because I think we owe a lot to the European Union, and I hope that the people of the Republic repay the rest of the European Union by supporting this progressive change in the European Union. So I will leave it there. I look forward to answering questions after this. But could I say that win or lose, I think this is an important debate. I think it's too close to call. And, but what I do say is it is a very, very important debate, and it has been very good for politics here in Ireland. Thank you.